Good morning, everyone. This is Tamaya. Welcome back to my podcast. Today makes episode 2, and the topic of discussion will be parenting. That's single mothers, single fathers, absent parents, stepmothers, stepfathers, all of the above. Okay, number 1, the struggle of being a single mother. Having to do everything alone and having to put your future or goals on hold to focus on taking care of your children. Being the only caretaker, getting them to and from school or after school programs, doctor appointments, staying up at night when they're sick, or even hospital or walk-in clinic, late night visits, missing out on rest because you have to attend to their needs. Being the only provider when it comes to things that they need in their everyday lives, or birthdays, preparing for back to school, or even holidays. Giving everything you have and trying your very best to make sure that your children are well taken care of, even if that means you being exhausted, drained emotionally, mentally, even physically, bearing so much weight alone. Now me, I am a single mother, so everything I just stated, I'm only speaking from experience, like doing everything alone, probably getting help from my family, but alone meaning without their fathers. Having 6 children and only my youngest, my baby, she's the only one that have her father around. So being the only provider, the only caretaker of 5 children, it's a lot, and I don't think that anybody should have to go through that. But then when you're in that situation, it's like, what else could you do? When you're all that your children have, you have to just keep going because you cannot fail them like their fathers did. You can't fail them. You just gotta keep pressing and keep praying that God sees you through. That's my best advice. Because it does get hard, and sometimes it's like, I can't do this, but you have to. Because you have kids that's looking up to you. They don't have anybody else, or should I say they don't have the other parent to look up to. So you just have to press your way through and do your very best. This does not come with an instruction manual. You just have to take it a day at a time, one step at a time, and just try your best. Now, the next topic, I would like to also acknowledge the single fathers out there in the world, because I do know of some. I know we mostly hear about single mothers, but there are some single fathers out here in the world, and I just want them to know that your hard work does not go unnoticed. Being the only caretaker for your child or children, the only provider, everything I stated from experience of being a single mother. Single fathers go through the exact same thing. They do. And it's a struggle for them as well. For anybody, for any one person having so much responsibility on themselves to take care of these kids when we did not make them alone, it's a lot. It's a lot for one person. It doesn't matter if it's a single mother or a single father. Like, it's hard being either or. Now, this is where it gets frustrating for me. Absent parent. And I don't mean if there's a single mom and maybe her kid's dad passed away, or there's a single father and maybe his kid's mother passed away. No, I mean an absent parent, as if they're choosing to be absent from their children's life. I just think it's absolutely pathetic. Like, if you're alive and you're well and you're able to be there for your children and you're choosing not to me, it's just pathetic. So while you're out there living your life, doing whatever it is that you choose to do or want to do, not even considering the fact that your kids or your kid's mother, they could be struggling, like you're not even considering she might need help or whatever. These kids, they're always gonna need something. Always. They're going to be growing out of clothes, growing out of shoes. They constantly need to be fed. Like, come on now. And you are making the decision to not offer any type of assistance for your children. Pathetic. Both roles, the role of a mother, the role of a father, are very important to children. Regardless of if it's a little boy needing his father, a little girl needing her mother, they all need both parents. And having an absent parent is gonna affect them all the way up to their adult life. 5 of my kids don't have a relationship with their biological father. I'm talking about no type of communication, no help providing, no text asking, are they okay? Do they need anything? Just nothing at all, none whatsoever. And one of my kids' dad, we don't talk at all, because every time we do, which will be like once every 3 to 5 years, and we had a conversation about him being an absent father. And sometimes I only speak to him because I try to give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, oh, maybe he's, growing up. Maybe he's ready to actually step up and be a father that she needs. But no, it's always the same excuse. His excuse is always, you don't know what I go through in life. I'm talking about it's been this way for years. She's 13. It's been this same excuse for 13 years. And it irritates me so bad because you, just like the other absent fathers, don't know what I go through as a single mother. Y'all don't know what I go through having bags underneath my eyes because I don't get as much sleep as I need, or having to give my all as far as providing, or I'm the only one that get them to and where they need to be. It's a lot on one person. So that irritates me so bad when he always say the same thing. He literally said it a few weeks ago. And of course, that just make me snap because I'm just not the one for excuses. I'm not. Like, that's not an excuse for me. I don't know what you went through in life or what you go through in life. Sometimes we go through things in life because of our own choices. So because you're in and out of jail, because of the choices you made, the decisions you made, that's not an excuse for me telling me, oh, I don't know what you go through. And half of the time it's because you're always in and out of jail. No, you're choosing to do things to lead you there. So no, I don't give a damn about that excuse. Now, when I go hard for my kids, and at one point, I didn't even have custody of my children. My mom had them. And I had my own apartment, and guess where I was? At my mama's house, regardless of the situation, being a mother. So I would not let nobody give me that type of excuse. I don't know what you go through. Regardless of what I go through, I still have to get up and be a mother. So I have health problems from my head all the way down to my feet. Some days I could barely even walk because of the pain in my spine or pain in my legs. Constantly having procedures done on my legs every month since January, and we are in June. So that don't stop me from being a mother. I don't think that there's no excuse that any man can give me as far as why he cannot be present in his child's life. It's just no excuse. Even if you can't always be there physically, you can always call or text. Even if you cannot always be there financially, you can be there physically. Like, it's just always a way to make it work if you're a real man and want to make it work. These are just my opinions. I didn't mean to get too deep, but I told y'all that it just frustrates me. But moving right along. Last point. Step-parents, stepfathers, stepmothers, the ones who stepped in and stepped up. Let me just say this real quick. I have been a stepmother before. And when you are a stepmother and you accept other children and you treat them like they're your own, that is a very important role. I remember when me and my ex, we separated, and it didn't matter to me. I still took in his son, had him for the whole summer, sent him to summer camp with my kids. Make sure he was fed and this and that and the third, because I understood that even though me and my ex were separated, I understood he worked like 40 plus hours a week, sometimes 50 hours a week. So, hey, I still took on that role. Regardless of me and him being separated, it really didn't have anything to do with the children. So I still took him in, made sure he was good. Yeah, hey, that's what being a stepmother is about. Now, stepfathers. I think it's amazing when fathers choose to step in and step up and take on that role when the biological father chooses to be absent. Choosing to be there for them if they need someone to talk to, being a positive role model in their lives, or helping when it comes to providing for them things that they need every day, or back to school, shopping, holidays come, Christmas time, you're helping and you're filling that void of them not having their biological father around. And also because I don't want to only give myself credit and don't give credit to others when it's due. Also, the same way I said I still took in my stepson when me and my ex were separated, he do the same for my children too. Still pick him up for parties. He literally just had my son for the whole weekend. Definitely make sure he come pick up my son every 2 weeks for a haircut. That's a big help for me. I don't have to go into a barbershop, nothing, That's important. And these are things that their biological fathers have never done, so it's pretty much a big deal. And to be honest, sometimes kids bond so well with the step parent that they don't even, I won't say they no longer care that their biological parent is absent, because I think deep down inside it's just gonna always bother them regardless, but it's not on their mind as much, because now they have somebody that they're so close to that they can talk to about anything, that they spend quality time with, it's different. To me, I think the role of a step parent, whether mother or father, is very important. It's just as important as the biological parent's role is, because you have to be ready and willing, or you should be ready and willing to accept that child or those children as your own. But these are all my points for today, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning into Tamaya's podcast. This was episode 2. I know it was a little deep, but hey, this is reality and it's good to discuss these type of topics. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Go to my YouTube channel now and do all of those things for me. And turn on my post notification bell so that you guys will be notified when I post new videos, new shorts, new pranks, and also my next podcast episode. Talk to you guys later.